Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about deals. Now, I have been watching this like a hawk. I've watched prices go down and then back up again. And honestly, it could be that like Black Friday pricing hits tomorrow. So honestly, it's not impossible that you see me in the same kind of video tomorrow. Because for whatever reason, Black Friday used to mean the Friday after Thanksgiving. And everybody has decided that it just means whenever they feel like it. It's a sale around Thanksgiving and people just drop prices when they feel like it. Who knows what Black Friday is? Honestly, a lot of them probably do it because, oh, well, I don't want to be the last one there. And if people see a Black Friday deal and then they buy there versus this other place, I don't know, it's a mess. And then they fill up Black Friday deals with stuff that they priced up and then they brought back down again. So, and Evo is not exempt from that. They have definitely done that. So what I did is I combed through about, about 9 pages with 400 items each. So that's 3,600 items I combed through to show like, okay, this is actually a good deal. This is a bunch of stuff. And honestly, it's full of a bunch of stuff that is just like kind of priced down. I think stuff is still gonna go down. My guess would be Monday next week, but who knows? They could jump the gun. It could be Friday of this week. Oh, Black Friday, it's the Friday before Thanksgiving now. Anyway, if you can't tell, it's a little frustrating, but I'm here to help you. And if you ever wonder, like I had somebody say in a comment, oh, well, Elliott, you should just tell us all of the best deals. And I'm totally open to that. That's why I don't delete comments when it says like Ski Essentials or Peter Glenn or any other website. If there's a good deal, I leave it up. I'm just not gonna take the time to comb through 3,600 items on every single retailer's page. The people who work with me, I will comb through it for you guys so you can benefit, but it's just like on a practical level. If there's an online retailer that I'm not affiliated with, I mean, come on, I can't go through 3,600 of all of these just for nothing. So I'm really happy to be working with Evo. Happy to go through this for you guys. I hope it helps. And I like other retailers. I think everybody else does a good job. No thing against them. Come on. I'm not gonna comb through everybody's for free. This helps support the channel. It helps keep the lights on for us long term. So let's jump right into it. Now the first deal I have is actually a little odd. And not all of these are skis. A lot of these are kind of things you might not think of. As I was combing through, I was like, oh, that's a good deal. And they didn't even seem to notice it. Or like, some skis went down and Evo seemed to have forgotten about them because they didn't bring them back up. So here are like the kind of the treasures I filtered through. This is the Thule Tram Hitch ski rack with locks. Now, this is an item I own. This is what I use with my trailer hitch rack. You do need the Thule bike carrier to hitch this on, but what's nice about that is you then have a bike carrier and a ski rack carrier. I really like the design. It locks down. If you need to run into the gas station, you can lock your skis. The other nice thing about this, honestly, is that it pivots down the bike carrier that this hitches into, and kids can reach their skis on this. You can tilt it down so you can still get into the back of your car. They thought of everything and I really like this design. It also works if you have one of those old RAV4s, I believe. It can go on to those bolts for where your spare tire goes on, or any car with the rear wheel. But I don't know, I think it's a tremendous design. I like it a lot. I personally use it. It's down from $380 to $303. It's not the steepest discount, but Thule stuff doesn't typically go on sale, and this is a good product that I use, you know, week after week after week, so I have no problem recommending it and I think it's a good deal. The next deal I want to talk about is the Stockli Montero AR for 2024. They have it in a 180, which is a very common size. But those are down from $1,349 to $1,024. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think this is the perfect ski if you're coming from race skis and you want something smoother, or you need to kind of get off of your race skis every day. The problem with race skis is they have radius requirements, and you can be having fun on a nice smooth Stockli Monteros. Now Stockli skis don't typically go on sale, but because these are changing going into 2025, I think that's why you're seeing them on sale. Here's the thing though, just because a ski changes year to year doesn't make it automatically a bad ski from last year. Though 2024 was tremendous. If you like that 17-meter turn radius, this is perfect. I really like this ski. I think just because they're changing it doesn't mean you should be dissuaded, especially if you've tried it and liked it. Yes, they're gonna make some changes. Yes, they might upgrade a couple of things, but that doesn't automatically make skis from last year bad. And Stockli does a really good job making their skis so they hold up over time. I don't know, I have no problem recommending it. They only have the 180 left, so for people around my height at 6 foot, it's perfect, but do whatever you want. I think it's a good deal and I wanted to include it. Up next, this is not a ski, but this is a tremendous deal and people constantly overlook it. This is the Look SPX 12 binding for $149.97. They have 80 millimeters to 110 millimeters width. It's a great value. People always good for the looks, even though this is like the race binding. Sure, it's not made out of metal entirely like the Pivot, but I don't know. I love this binding. I think most people would really enjoy it. It's a great value. It performs extremely well. I think this is probably bang for your buck, like the best binding, and it's on sale at a tremendous deal. Typically it's $250. In the winter around Christmas, you'll probably see it go back up to $250, but this is the binding I use, and this is the binding I really like. So again, I weeded through everything for deals for you guys. The other one, I've talked about this before, but they did not drive the prices back up, so it must be indicated by them a little bit. Black Crows kept all of their ski prices down, so you can get the Atris from 2024 in a 178, 184, 190 for $569.97. Typically, they're $950. I think value-wise, this is up there at the top. Yes, it's a little bit more, but it's a tremendous ski. I think a lot of people would really enjoy it, especially if you're a pretty aggressive off-trail skier in the POW. It's a ton of fun. Up next, I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. There's the Blizzard Black Pearl 88. This is kind of a descendant of the Brahma. They have 153, 159, 171 at $349.98. It's a very popular ski. They're changing it, but again, I don't know. I've never skied on it, so I can only say so much, but my wife has the Brahmas, which is related, and she loves them. Up next, we have the Elan Ripstick 106 Black Edition in 164, 172, 180, typically $950, down to $629.97. It seemed like a lot of the Elan skis went down in price within the last couple of days. I skied the 96, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I've only skied the narrow version, but I liked it a lot. I think the asymmetrical shape is really good for people who are intermediate into advanced because it really starts the turn for you. It's a very forgiving ski, very versatile ski, and I think the 106 would probably be a lot of fun. Again, I haven't skied the ski personally, so take it all with a tremendous grain of salt, but if you are in the market and looking, this is a good time to buy that. Beyond that, oh, this is interesting. This isn't a tremendous value, but it is for getting this ski. If that, I don't know, I'll explain it. You can get the Volkl M7 Mantra ski for 2025 used in premium condition, which is their highest. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I would guess premium means practically new. Means minimal use for effect little to no cosmetic wear. That's the best of the best. It's not quite like open box, like somebody just opened it, but I would guess it means like it is very, very lightly used, maybe a couple minor cosmetics. So if you're looking for the M7 Mantra, I've only reviewed the M6. I've got a pair of M7s in my office that I'm gonna review this year. But for $765 instead of $850, it's not like the biggest discount, but you won't find 2025 skis discounted like this. So if you're dead set, this might be a great find for somebody. And I like Volkl skis, they make nice stuff. The other one is the Rossignol Sender 94 Ti from 2024, down from $700 to $419.97. I haven't tried the ski. I tried the 104 Ti, which I was lukewarm on, and the 110 free. But if you've tried the ski and you know you like it, Rossignol skis are usually pretty accessible at demo shops. Get it for a discount. They've got all of the main sizes available, and for, what is that? $280 off, you're getting yourself a pretty big bargain. Again, like these are not all skis that I've skied on or even like can like recommend off the hip, but it's like, okay, I've tried the stuff parallel to it and I liked it. Oh, this next one's really good. This is probably one of the lowest price ski setups you'll ever see year round. Now I'm not a big fan of this company because one, they make their products in China. Two, they don't have a very good return policy or warranty program. But you can get the K2 Mindbender 99 Ti with Tyrolia TAC 13 demo bindings from 2020 used for $319.97. They have 170, 177, 184, 191. Now, I said yesterday that I am not a big fan of K2. I don't like that they make their skis in China. But for $319.97, I've skied on the ski and I did like it. It is a great crud cutter. You know, at this price, honestly, I struggled to get my kids in skis and bindings for this kind of price. At $319.97, that's tremendous. That's a really good price. I mean, whatever. And like, honestly, they're used anyway, so the warranty doesn't really matter. If you're just looking for like, I'm trying to get into the sport for an affordable price, or I'm just trying to get myself outfitted for bottom dollar, but still get good performance, it's hard to deny that this is a good price. I personally try not to support brands that are made in China, but I understand the logistics. Like, some people are just trying to get themselves on skis, and there's zero judgment for me, so there you go. That's a great deal. Moving on to poles. I know people don't talk about poles a lot, but you can get the Atomic AMT Ultra SQS ski. That's a weird name, but these are nice poles. I like the grip on these, It's kind of fun that like now more and more places can make good poles. I mean, these are carbon poles. Carbon poles used to be like $200 plus. There wasn't a lot of competition. It was basically Swix for a while and then Leaky later on. But man, that's a nice price, 96 bucks. And it's a nice pole grip. It's, you know, it's kind of plain black, but I think if you're looking for poles, this is a pretty good deal. It's about $34 off. Yeah. 96 bucks for carbon is kind of wild. If you told me that like 15 years ago, I would have been floored. Okay, next up we have the Helly Hansen Powdreamer 2.0 jacket. You can get that for $245, small, medium, large, extra large, double XL. I said it before, Helly Hansen makes jackets. I haven't had a Helly Hansen jacket for about 19 years, but the one I had I liked a lot. I've heard in the comments that people like the quality now still, so good deal overall. You can also get my boot, the Atomic Hawx Prime 120S in 28.5, 29.5, or 30.5. This is $419.97. It has been lower, but they are running low on sizes, and if you find your size, especially 28.5 and 29.5, those are fairly common sizes. I would hop on it now, because pretty soon all you're gonna be able to get for boots is full price at $700. So I don't know, yeah, you could wait and get it for 50 bucks off maybe, but with boot sizing, I don't know. Just get what you need, because you can't just be like, oh, well now it's $350, but all I have is one size up from what I like. It's like, oh, no, get the right size, get it dialed in now. Sure, you know, whatever, you missed out on 30 bucks or something, but get the right size now before it runs out. Or, you know, be left holding the bag at $700. Okay, this was a really good deal actually, and I don't typically see POC stuff on sale, but it's down from $270 to $202. You can get the POC Obex BC Mips helmet. Mips, in my opinion, is really important because it's not multi-impact, even though the acronyms are so similar. I don't know why they did that, but it's essentially protecting you from brain rotation. So I don't know. I love my POC helmet. It's the only thing I trust for myself and my kids. There are other good helmet brands, but this is what I personally use, so I'm gonna recommend it. After that, you have my old boot, the Lange LX 120 HV GW ski. Now I moved over to Atomic because they were cheaper. Lange, for whatever reason, they like refused last year to bring their boots down. They were all $400 or $500 no matter what. The only place I could find them on sale were like sketchy sites, and then they never had my size, so I moved over to Atomic. And also there's like fun content to try different boots, and I've been really happy with my Atomics, but I skied in Lange's for 30 years, so yeah, and you can get these for, instead of $580, you can get them for $330. If you're looking for boots, I think they're tremendous. I like them a lot. I would for sure swap out the booster strap, I mean, but that's the case for any boot. I think these are kind of in the shadow. That's funny. They're in the shadow of the new Shadow boot, but because of that, maybe you're getting a good deal. And you know, just because there's new technology with whatever that weird like suspension blade is, where it gives you a little more leverage, I'm unconvinced of that until I really put mileage on it. And I'm not going to spend $750 to put mileage on that boot. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, $330. Great boot. I've owned them. I skied on them for about 3 years before I swapped them out and was really happy. So I would 100% recommend. Next up, we have the Smartwool Zero Cushion OTC Ski Sock. Now these are a little bit on the thinner side, but this is what I use personally. They're really comfortable. I find that like the ventilation is good on them. Sometimes when the really thick socks you can kind of slide around in them, but I found with some of these Zero Cushion that is not an issue. All right, beyond that, you have the Volcom Brighton pullover jacket. I've not owned one of these half zip jackets. It seems like, from what I can tell, there's a lot of deals on them. So I don't know what it is about the other half of the zipper that makes it a lot more expensive to make. I'm skeptical on it, but it also does seem warm. Like it's one less thing to fail, and there's nothing worse than having your zipper jammed at the bottom half. So I don't know. It's a good price. It's a reliable brand. I've had those jackets before and liked them. Take that for what it's worth. Again, I sifted through everything. So there's stuff like, oh, I haven't really thought about a half jacket, but if you're looking for a deal, okay. Anyway, thought I'd recommend it. Beyond that, you have the North Face ThermoBall Eco Snow Tri-Climate Jacket for $279.96. Typically they're $400. It's called Cave Blue, but really it looks like purple to me. But I kind of like it. I tried it on in store last year, and I thought it was really comfortable. I like the fit. you want to save $130 to get a different color than this year's. After that, you have the Patagonia Powdertown jacket for kids. Now, kids is a little tricky. Sometimes getting them new stuff isn't the best call, but for me, like, I have 3 kids and I'll buy my daughter a new jacket, and with Patagonia, they'll repair it if you have any issues. And the nice thing is that it gets passed down to 2 more people. Obviously, I have to kind of go with gender neutral colors to do that, but for $167 instead of $240, and it's kind of that time of year where you can safely buy a jacket for your kids because you know what size they are. I don't know. If you're shopping for kids, go for it. Speaking of kids, if you're looking for skis for your kids, you can get the Atomic Bent Chetler mini skis with M10 GW bindings for $289.99. Again, you have to get the 163. It's definitely a longer ski for a kid, but like my daughter, these would be perfect, and it's hard to find skis for kids where you're not dropping $400. Beyond that, you have the Salomon Radium Pro Goggle for $99 instead of $200. I've said it before, but I like the shape of those Salomon goggles. I've not owned any of them, so I can't speak to the quality, but I think they look nice, and overall it's a pretty decent price. You can also get the Volcom Longo pullover jacket for $138. And this is what I'm talking about when people are like, oh, only Dope Snow has jackets that aren't $400. It's like, no, there's a lot of really good brands. You just gotta know when to shop and, you know, be willing to do the half zip or whatever. But this pullover jacket looks nice. And finally, this is the one I thought looked the coolest. It's not the best deal, and they only have the extra small, but I think it looks pretty sweet. The Quicksilver Fairbanks jacket, men's, $179.99. I probably shouldn't have included it because there's only extra small, but here we are. So anyway, that's the end of the video. When I started, it was not pitch black out, but there's so much wind, and then you got dogs barking, and then you got planes flying overhead. I swear they like rerouted the planes over my house. But yeah, here we are. I wanted to give you guys some deals. Like I said, I'm not sure when Black Friday stuff is going to drop. It seems like everybody's playing this game of chicken, but as soon as it does, I will try to make a video so you guys can get in on the deals while they still have a lot of sizes. But I think everything I comb through is the lowest you're gonna see. I try not to send you guys stuff where it's going to probably go lower. I try to kind of send you guys the stuff that I think has hit the peak downward. So maybe I need to make more of these videos or more frequently just so I can kind of stay on top of it. But of the 3,600 items I combed through, those were what caught my eye and what seemed like a good deal and a good value. Now there's plenty of line skis on sale, but I don't know anything about line skis. I've not been able to demo them. I reached out to them and they seemed lukewarm at best, I guess, to put it politely. So yeah, I tried to kind of stick to stuff I know. There are plenty of good deals out there. Please, I will have links down below for all of these items so you can pick through and find them. Please use the links. It helps support me long term. It really, I know it seems silly, but it makes a big difference for my channel and, you know, how many of these videos I'm going to be able to make per week going forward in the future. If you need ski recommendations, I'm doing that for the next 10 days or so. For anyone, even if you're not a channel member, although I will be prioritizing channel members as I go. You can also like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, but more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I'm helping you guys find deals. I never know until the video comes out. I'm like, oh, I guess people didn't like this one, or oh, this helped a lot of people. Great. So let me know what deals you guys find. Yeah, I love seeing when you guys are like, oh, I got these skis for a sweet deal, and or I grabbed these right before they were gone. I'd find that stuff fun. Let me know any other deals you've seen out there. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for spending your time with me. I know it's dark. I know this is weird. But I don't know. I enjoy doing it, and I hope it helps you guys. Especially, you know, I get brands where they're like, well, we don't really like that you talk about used stuff, or we don't really like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, but I'm here to help you guys. I wouldn't have a channel without you, so this is my way of giving back. But of course, as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.